What if the man bagging your groceries had once designed mansions for Wall Street's elite and gave it all up for love? In the quiet aisles of a Smith's grocery store in Steedy George, Utah, 80-year-old Gary Sailing bags groceries with a steady hand and a kind smile. To most shoppers, he's just another retiree trying to stay active. But behind that unassuming apron is a story that will humble even the hardest hearts, a story of success, sacrifice, love, loss, and unwavering devotion. Years ago, Sailing was rubbing shoulders with Hollywood icons and designing multi-million-dollar coastal mansions for some of the most powerful figures in finance. His architectural genius landed him on Architectural Digest's prestigious Top 100 list. One of his most legendary projects? A glass-floored mansion for Boyd Jeffries, the investment titan caught in the insider trading scandals of ADS. It was opulence beyond imagination. Jeffries reportedly compared it to a Disneyland thrill ride. But none of the prestige or acclaim prepared Sailing for the role he took on later in life, the one that would matter most. Gary's life changed when he met Carol in 1991. Their love story began like something out of a Nicholas Sparks novel. A chance encounter at a stoplight, shared glances over sunglasses, and the realization that they had been unknowingly circling each other for years at the same neighborhood coffee shop. With a little matchmaking help, they were finally brought together, and in just a few hours on a bench, they fell in love. They married, they built a life. And when Carol was diagnosed with Sundowner syndrome, a severe form of dementia, Gary made a vow he would care for her himself. No nursing homes, no compromises. Medicare covered some things, but not the emotional promise he made to be her constant caregiver, to keep her safe, loved, and at home. When Carol passed in 2021, Gary was left with $80,000 in medical debt. The painful kind of legacy that love sometimes leaves behind. But not once has he regretted it. So now, instead of resting in retirement, Gary works every day at 80. Because love, to him, wasn't just a feeling, it was a commitment. There is no way I'm a hero, he says. I'm not an angel. I'm certainly not a saint. I made a promise. This is where the community stepped in. Duana Johnson, who runs a local ministry, saw Gary working and couldn't look away. Why is this elderly man still here? She wondered. So she did something about it. She launched a fundraiser at the State Bank of Southern Utah and opened a Venmo account at Help Guerretery Code 2956. Her goal? To raise enough money so Gary can finally stop working and rest free of debt, free of burden, and full of peace. So far, they've raised around $200, but this story deserves more than just a heartwarming headline. It deserves action. Commentary. In a culture obsessed with youth, fame, and instant gratification, Gary Sailing's story is a quiet, powerful counterpoint. He chose love over luxury. He honored vows over comfort. And he kept showing up, even when life gave him every excuse not to. We don't see many heroes like Gary these days, not because they don't exist, but because they don't brag. They just bag groceries and carry their promises in silence. But maybe it's time we recognize those quiet heroes. Maybe it's time we help one of them finally rest. Because dignity shouldn't come with a price tag, and a promise kept deserves a promise returned.